Jordan, very good to see you. Today, this video is by popular demand. People want to know more about Roth accounts. So today we're going to break down the top 6 things you may not know. Number 1 being Roth IRA contributions are not tax deductible, but they grow tax-free. I think most people get this one.
Yeah, so when you put money into a traditional IRA, you get a tax deduction, where you do not have that when it comes to a Roth, because when you put that money in, it's post-tax, and you get no deduction. But the benefit is all that growth on a Roth IRA contribution is tax-free. So I think a lot of accountants, they try to have a little different mindset. They want to save you for this year, but that actually could hurt you long term, because I like to tell clients, let's pay the tax on the seed versus that tax on that harvest. So we want to make sure we do more and more in the Roth contributions, because that's a lower tax that we'll pay ultimately, because all that growth is going to be tax-free forever, versus if you put money into an IRA and they say it grows really high. That's the good news and the bad news, because now you're paying a tax on a larger amount.
And your beneficiaries don't have to pay taxes on it either.
That's a big one. A lot of people get blindsided by inheriting IRAs, or maybe they take a lump sum IRA and they pay a ton of taxes and half of that goes to the IRS, where if they inherit a Roth IRA, they don't pay any taxes whatsoever.
All right, point number 2 here. You can withdraw your Roth IRA contributions anytime.
Yeah, some people worry that if I put my money in a Roth, I can't touch it for decades. Well, false. You can actually take out your initial contributions if you need to for liquidity purposes. Now, hopefully part of your plan, you don't need to do that and you have emergency funds set aside, but you do have that option to take that initial contribution to a Roth and take that back out if you do need that extra cash.
All right, number 3 here. This one I actually was not familiar with. There's no age limit for contributions.
Yeah, there is no age limit. You can be 85, you can be 18, you can contribute at any single age as long as you have earned income. But for some people that maybe don't have earned income, maybe in their late 70s, that doesn't mean they still can't get a Roth IRA. That just means they can't contribute because they don't have that earned income, but they can convert from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA.
Also, giving you more control over your tax liability, there are no required minimum distributions.
This is a huge one. A lot of people, based on their age, are being blindsided right now by turning 73 and having these required minimum distributions put more income into their tax return, which puts them in higher tax brackets, which affects their Medicare excess premiums. So when you have money in a Roth IRA, no one's going to tell you when to take those distributions out, because that money is going to be tax-free forever and it can continue to grow. Where if you have money in a traditional IRA, the government mandates based on your date of birth how much you have to take out and when you have to take it out. And what if the markets are down, or what if you don't need the money? They still force you to take out that withdrawal, pay the taxes on it.
All right, this one, kind of one of the negatives. Annual contribution limits are fairly low.
They are relatively low if we look at the big picture, $7,000, $8,000, but there is ways that we can get around that by using different special accounts. Maybe we leverage your 401k to put tens of thousands of dollars more into that Roth contribution. You can even kind of double dip and do money in your 401k and do money in the Roth, but there's lots of ways to kind of get creative and get more money into that Roth. Or maybe you already don't have a Roth, but you have an old IRA. Well, let's leverage that and maybe do Roth conversions on it.
Also, talking about workarounds, there is an income cap with those traditional Roth accounts.
So yeah, the tax code is so creative. They create this tax code that says you're going to be capped out. You can't do a Roth if you make a certain amount of income, that it changes with inflation. But then they have a tax loophole called a backdoor Roth IRA. So you can make a non-deductible traditional IRA contribution, and then you can convert that to a Roth, and that's legal. And that's a way to get around that kind of restriction based on your income limits.
I'm really glad we got the chance to talk this through, Jordan, especially regarding Roth conversions, which we have many videos on. We should remind everybody that we have on your YouTube channel many great resources on all of these topics. But if somebody would like to sit down and crunch the numbers with you to learn more about Roth or determine if a conversion is right for them, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, call our main number, 847-499-3454. We'd love to show you in the plan how by doing a Roth conversion could literally add tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars back into your pocket.
Great. Jordan, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.